Hello, everybody. See if she beats me this time. Nope. Hello. Oh, now you're finally giving me my crystals back. Oh, damn time. This is sort of a robe. It's not necessarily a witchy thing, but I am glad that it's got a hood. Oh no, you don't. My toothpicks are trying to. Boo's throwing up in here again, or somebody is. This is Oh, here he goes again. Now he's throwing up in front of the couch. Poor baby.
Look out. There.
Anyway, because tomorrow's going to be busy, crazy, chaotic, I'm going to do a live tomorrow too. Hi. Brooke's on. She just popped on. And Pop says hi. But this is a robe that Carl got me for, birthday present. And it's got a hood. And it's got these little guys here. If I can get the other one out. They're literally shaped like hearts. And you can, so if you want to snug up the hood, you can. But, I figured why not? I mean, this is Christmas Eve, so, try to do something. I mean, I'm not sure how long it'll be on or anything, but let you see a couple of gifts anyway. Whoops, if I can get the bag here, that is. This Carl got for Alicia. I can get it out here. And I know she'll love it. It's got Stitch on it. It says, nope, not today. And she loves Stitch. And that's a big ass cup. So I'm sure she will use it. And because she likes Stitch. So, but I've been keeping it wrapped up in these bags, keep it from getting jostled about and possibly get broke or something. This is the dress I got Mom. Mine's in the bedroom. But you'll most likely see me wearing it tomorrow. See? It's got a pretty Christmassy scene on it. It's long sleeves. But the only problem is it'll hang in her closet. She'll never wear it. So, I might just tell her, Mom, I know you too well. I know this is going to hang in your closet and you're never going to wear it. So at least do me the honor of wearing it today. Because I'm going to be wearing mine. Mine's got Santa Claus on it and it's got snowmen on it. So mine's got like red and green colors on it. And I have my black and white leggings that have white snowflakes on them. So they work with it. They work with the dress because, I mean, it's too cold to be wearing a dress like that and not wear leggings with it. Now, according to Carl, I misunderstood my mom that day, but I know what I heard and I know what context she put it in. She just tries to make it like, well, she misunderstood. No, I didn't. I know what I heard. But I'm letting it go because it's Christmas, because I'm not going to, mess up Christmas for anybody. Certainly since Alicia's going to be there. And, it's one of the few times that we get to see her. So Carl was only able to get her the mug, but he said something about maybe trying to go up there and get a couple of additional things, but he's going to wait till after Christmas, which I don't blame him because that's when all the sales are going to go on, most likely. Because a lot of stores, they don't, when they bring stuff out of storage or whatever for the seasons, the less they have to take back, the better I'm sure they like it. So a lot of stuff they maybe have had back there for years and years and years, they just want to get rid of it, right? So it would make sense that they would try to get it sold and hope that they do. And so they sell it for like really, really, really cheap. So he may get a couple additional items after Christmas. We'll see, I guess. But he got me this robe. I'm completely happy with that because it's something that I've needed. I can wear it as a bathrobe. I can also wear it as a house robe. As you can see, I'm wearing it now. And the fact that it's got a hood helps because, it helps me retain body heat, not lose it through the top of my head. Gives me something to put on my arms because my nightgown shirt I'm wearing short sleeved. And I'm wearing a pair of my outdoor pants, with it as well because it's just too chilly in here. And it's because of the weather. I know that. I mean, the furnace cuts on. So, the furnace is fine. But it's, the weather outside is, supposed to be like in the 50s or something, I think, tomorrow, I guess. So it won't be too awful bad. But also got a pretty red and green nutcracker. I found 2 more special glasses for me and Pops because we had a set before, but one of them got broke and I was devastated when it did. So I got us 2 more that...
we still got the crinkle ones, which I like. Ones that have that coating that it's all crinkled to look like it's broken.
Yeah, I know. But these were a pair of them. They're like Valentine's Day glasses because they've got pink hearts on them and stuff. And it says love, on it, different spots. And on the bottom, it's got 2 hearts with, like there's a heart on each one with an arrow through it and stuff. So I've got them sitting between my 2 nutcrackers now. And I got our little Mater and the other car from the movie Cars. Hey, boo. I got them down there on the bottom of sitting between the bottom of the glasses. And alrighty, my phone's blowing up. Garbage calls, usually is. Hey, boo. He just threw up a couple times, poor baby. And that scares me when he does that. It's like, because he's way too lightweight. I wish we could get more body weight on him, but I just don't know how to do it. See, also got a pair of Christmassy earrings. Got a, I call it Kuan Yin, but it's really not particularly Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin is a goddess that is a representative of, I think, like women and children or something like that. And I went to this restaurant one year with Adam Feinstein and his family. It was some kind of celebration. I don't know if it was his birthday or what it was exactly, but we went to this place and you could get these specialty glasses because we got a specialty drink. Well, mine looks like a little geisha girl, and it has a little spot where the straw goes in, and in the back of it, you don't even try to drink out of the back of it because it would be too hard, and it's really small area back there. So Mine, I got it home, had it displayed, and to me, that was my Kuan Yin statue. It was the closest thing to a Kuan Yin that I was able to have, aside from going to a witch store, a cult store, and buying one, which, let's face it, if you do that, then it can be really expensive. So I saw this one on the shelf and I couldn't pass it up. I was like, oh, wow. So I kind of got that replaced because the other one got broke. It was one of my cats that I had years ago, and this neighbor friend that lived in the building, he's dead now. His name was Neuenschwander, Fritz. He was real good, real cool guy. And he had a dog named Frank. He was basically like an oversized Toto. That's the kind of dog he reminded me of. And he loved to come in our place. So he got in one day and scared my cat, and my cat was running all around the room. I wasn't in the place at the time.
That was actually Sunny Boy.
Oh, was it Sunny? I knew it was one of our cats. And my Kuan Yin got knocked down and broke, and I was devastated because it's a specialty glass. You can't just go out to a store and buy these. Usually the only way you can get them is through this restaurant, and you have to pay for the drink, and then you get the glass as a souvenir. So I wasn't about to pass up the opportunity to replace that glass. And I'm going to find a nice straw to put in the little straw section, and right now it's just a decorative piece. I mean, if I can get it washed out decently, because you don't know how long these things sit on the shelves. So rinse it out, wash it out real good. If I can even get the bottle brush down in there. Because like I said, the back area is so small. It's really hard to get much of anything down in there. And clean it up real good before I even drink out of it, because I don't want to, drink out of a dirty glass, obviously. But, me, I don't know. Knowing me, I'd probably drink pop out of it or something. But, I could do a mixed drink, just make up one myself because I've got the stuff around here to do it. I've got plenty of alcohol to do it. I've got a bottle of alcohol at my feet down here. I've got my alien alcohol bottle that Maria got me. So I've got a couple different types of alcohol. I could always take one of my fruit flavor juice thingies, put it in some water or something, and then add some of the alcohol, which is odd, to add alcohol to water, but it would kind of be like a mixed drink because, a lot of mixed drinks usually have some kind of a fruity taste to them. Or I could go out to the store and get like margaritas or something like that, a margarita mix or strawberry daiquiri mix or something. I'm live streaming and Brooke's on. So, but it's New Year's Eve. Listen to me. See, I'm already jumping into the future. It's Christmas Eve, so I thought, Christmas Eve. Dang it. Get rid of all this freaking phlegm. Decided to do a live stream for New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. Why do I keep saying that? Christmas Eve. Well, maybe I'll do one for New Year's Eve. I don't know if I have. Usually me and Chris just sit here and watch it on TV. Watch the all the different areas that are celebrating New Year's. Wait until the countdown. Pick one when it gets close to the countdown. And then we open the champagne when it's close to that time or whatever and drink it. So.
What time you got up? Early?
A few minutes ago, about 9:16. So I haven't been up long. But because Carl's not sure if he's coming for Christmas or not, I may have to go. I may have to go up, take his stuff up to him sometime after Christmas.
Why you don't want to come? I don't understand that.
I don't know. I think he's afraid to drive his car because he's afraid the thing will take a crap on him halfway here or something. But, I've already told him, I said, Carl, I would come and get you, but that's just too much driving for me because the only way that I could maybe cut some of the driving off of that is I would literally have to go up there tonight and spend the night. And I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. So, That's 4 hours. Like I said, that's an hour up there, an hour down to mom's, an hour back up there, and an hour back. And that's 4 hours total of being on the road. And that's too much driving because I'm already going to be worn out from Christmas itself. Mom's going to be there, Jim, Chris, myself, Alicia, hopefully, and stuff. So usually in that alone, it kind of wipes me out. So, I'm going to have a live stream going, and we're not sure what we're doing for dinner. I mean, as far as we know, part of the dinner is going to be spiral ham because my mom's friend Carol gave her a spiral ham because usually for Christmas, Mom prefers to have a ham. And I also got me a little soft lunch pail that's got tie-dye on it. It's a lunch, people use it for their lunch or whatever, but it's nice to be able to put like a couple cans of pop in or something like that, maybe a sandwich or something. Kalika, will you get off of that, please? Jiminy Christmas cat. She walks all over the mouse where I've got the mouse pad where I've got the mouse, and I can't control the mouse if she's walking all over it. Will you lay down, please? No, you got to walk all over the mouse. Come on, now stop. Hate when she does that. So, I got a handful of things, that I really wanted. And it was a decently fun experience. I mean, at least there wasn't like a crap ton of people in the store. And will you lay down, please? Because that was one of the reasons Carl wasn't sure if he wanted to go at all, because he's like, if there's a crap ton of people in there, I'm not staying in the store. I'll turn around and walk out. Lay down. So I said, okay. I said, no problem. I said, if there's a bunch of people in there and there's too many people and you don't want to shop, we'll go to a different store. We only ended up going to 2 stores. We went to Meijer. He got the mug for Alicia there. Got himself a happy face mug. One side, it's a smiley face. The other side, it's winking. So he likes those because our dad got him one like years ago, back when he was still alive, obviously. And so Carl kind of collects them a little bit, but he don't have like a crap ton of them sitting around or anything. He just bought the one yesterday, and I think he's only got one other one. I don't know if he ran across it or not. I thought he had one of the times he was sorting through some of his boxes or something. And I don't know who, because I haven't talked to Carl yet. He hasn't answered me back, but he texted me last night sometime. And by the time I looked at it, I was getting ready to go to bed, but I did answer him. He said, "You're going to be an aunt again." And I'm like, oh Lord. I said, I am. And then that was all the way I answered him. And then this morning I said, who's pregnant or who just had another baby? And he hasn't answered me back. So I don't know, but somebody's pregnant again. I'm guessing probably Britt or something. I don't know if Leanne is possibly the one pregnant, but Chelsea did move out, from staying with Justin and living with Justin, but she's still in Kentucky. And supposedly that was part of the deal they made, that Justin said he wouldn't fight for custody for the baby as long as she stayed in Kentucky. So she's staying with the sister of Thelma, who lives up a little hill right there by Justin's house. So
you take that kid away from you?
Huh?
So you take the kids away?
Well, I don't know about that, but apparently Chelsea did a very smart thing by not putting Justin's name on the birth certificate with the baby. So he's going to have a heck of a fight on his hands if he does decide to fight for the kid. The only way he would be able to possibly have a leg to stand on is if he had a maternity test done, did the like DNA swab. No, I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, Carl, I don't know unless he tells me, yeah, it is. I mean, it's good and bad all at the same, but turns out also that Justin was banging some chick all this time that he works with at his job or something. And I was like, whoa.
His what? The guy?
Yeah, Justin was banging somebody else this whole time.
Oh,
So,
you're joking.
nope. So he was cheating on Chelsea, and then supposedly Chelsea didn't even do anything with this guy that, the picture was taken.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
That's messed up.
Yeah, this might be Carl answering. Let me check. Let's see. Yep. Oh, it's Brittany. Brittany's pregnant.
I mean, that makes no.
I 1, 2, 3. When Brittany has her kid that she's pregnant with now, that'll be 4. That'll be 4, total of 4 nieces and nephews or whatever.
Wow.
So yeah, Brittany's pregnant again. Yeah, so that's just some of the, shall we say, messed up drama in the family.
Why the hell he on 2-time the girl?
Apparently he's been doing it. Oh, brother. That's what I figured. She's pregnant with her new boyfriend's kid, Brittany. So she divorced her first guy that was father of her 2 kids, and now she's pregnant by this new guy.
She's with.
Yep, that she's with. So, man, oh man, I'll tell you what. Because some of what I think about is, what is it going to do to the kid when the kid grows up and,
They're gonna ask her
oh no. I'm so sorry about this, guys. Well, we may end up having a live stream for 3 hours or more, because that's usually about how long me and Carl end up talking.
Yeah, even though you were just there.
Hello. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. Now you got some for at least a little bit. No, you shouldn't. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah. So you might as well get a pack, you know. Uh-oh. Ah. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, crap. Yeah. Nothing right now. I'm just doing a live stream. Brooks on. Uh, because it's Christmas Eve, so you know, I wanted to do something. And then tomorrow I'll be doing a live stream again over at Mom's, and so that way at least she can kind of be with us on Christmas. You know, if she's not busy with the boys, and I know even if she is, you know, she can always see it later when she's got a minute. And my freaking sinuses are running like crazy. Ugh.
See you later.
Okay. I don't know what it is. Sometimes you know, I wake up in the morning and my nose is running like crazy. Other times, you know, it's okay. It varies. So I don't know if there's allergens in the air or what the heck's causing it, but yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. No, she doesn't. Because what is that kid going to go through now? I mean, oh man. Yeah. 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 Right. Wow. Yeah. Mhm. Probably because of Christmas. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Oh, okay. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. No. Yeah. 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 Probably. There's really, I don't think there's any way you could secure it enough that it wouldn't get destroyed in the process, of getting delivered. Yeah. Carried somewhere and yeah. Mm-hmm. Not sent through the mail. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. And with it being Christmas Eve, he may want to spend additional amount of time with them or something. Yeah, who knows? Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You mean today or yesterday? Let's see, last night, what was I doing? I don't think I was doing anything really, so I'm surprised I didn't hear it. I might have had the volume turned down because, the damn garbage calls, they never stop. And that's, those fuckers wanting their money from, the credit cards and shit. So, sometimes it gets on my nerves so bad, I just end up turning the volume down. So I may not have heard it or something. So, but when I did, that's why I answered, yeah, I am. And then this morning I was like, okay, so who's pregnant or who just had another kid? Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't either. Right. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Yeah. So that means anybody that does could get them, and most likely will, because I don't even know if something like a condom would protect somebody from getting them, or not. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. I don't know. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. That's scary. Me either. Hell no.
You feeling okay, baby?
Yeah.
You feeling
Right.
okay?
All right. Um, dealing with mom all day. I mean, usually, the spirits are pretty high, and everybody's, getting along and pretty good and everything. And I'm hoping that's the case. But, because we're going to be over there all day until Chris wants to come home, I just thought, I don't know that I would feel up to coming up there the very next day. I mean, I'll try. If I feel like I can do it and I'm okay, then I'll try, because Chris thinks that we may get our check on the 27th. So I don't know, because if that's the case, then we're going to have running and stuff to do, and it's kind of hard to do that if I'm all the way up there. So I might still try to come up like on the 26th or something, if I can do it. No, I mean, yeah, I'm not trying to make you wait that long. I'm just saying, I mean, hopefully I'll be okay enough I can just come up the next day, after Christmas, just come up on the 26th. Because I don't know, like, what the weather's going to be like, but I guess, like, it's going to be in the 50s or something on Christmas Day, so. Well, then there you go, So, yeah. Yep. Yeah. Probably freaking getting freezy out there and snowing again. Who knows? Yeah. I know our weather is so screwy anymore, it's hard to tell one day from the next. So, yeah. I have no idea. Something about because they, SSI, well, might not even get it until the 29th or something, but because we're supposed to get it 2 days before that, before SSI actually gets it or something or another, he thinks there's a possibility. Not that it will, but there's a possibility we could get it on the 27th. So we'll see, I mean, it's just some of the screwy government shit. So it'll either be the 27th or the 29th, one of the two. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Call them something else. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know, man. They're freaking ridiculous anymore. It's like, and then you only get like, what? Not even half a fucking bag usually. You're paying for air. Yeah, really. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Eric. Yeah, no. So, all right. All right. Love you. Bye. Man, I'll tell you. Such a whiny crybaby ass. Jesus, God in heaven. You know, I mean, it's like, Carl, you know, try to be grateful that I'm bringing your shit to you because obviously I guess has decided he's not coming for Christmas. He don't want to chance the journey and everything, so that means I get the fun job of taking all of his shit up to him on the 26th because on the off chance we do get our checks on the 27th, I don't want to be up in Mount Gilead when it's check day. We got too much shit down here that we need to do when it's check day, and I can't do it if I'm up there. Maria went downstairs. She might have stayed up and visited a little bit longer, but she went downstairs because she knows a lot of times when I get on the phone with Carl, you know, I got lucky today and it was only a handful of minutes, but a lot of other times, you know, I mean, we could be on there 3 hours, 4 hours and whatever, but you know, it's just because, you know, a lot of times we both get, it's not totally one or the other's fault because we both get to talking about stuff that, you know, especially like if we're kind of upset or we're down about something or something like that, then we'll talk about fun things that we used to do and, you know, things growing up that we did that was fun together and, you know, staying up on Christmas Eve, as a matter of fact, until midnight. And then we would sneak and open a present, only one. And then, you know, fight the temptation to go wake mom up and say, it's midnight, it's Christmas, you know, we want to open our presents now. So, but, you know, fun stuff like that we used to do as when I was a kid. Because, I mean, he was always, you know, he was like in his teens when I was a kid. So, and, you know, because it's his own fault. I mean, the main part that's his fault is because he won't get out there and socialize. And they have this senior center place that, you know, like some nights they'll have bingo and they'll have like different little gathering type things that you can go do and participate in. And he just won't go. And it's like, whatever, Carl, you know, you complain about not having any visitors and, you know, how lonely you are up here. You don't have yourself a woman. Well, you can't really expect one to just walk up and knock on your door. Now, can you? Dude, you got to make some effort. You got to get your ass out there and meet some people. You might find a nice woman out there that's looking for somebody, you know. You don't know. I mean, he hasn't been in Mount Gilead that long. So, you know, but he's got to get out there and socialize and he just won't fucking do it. And I'm like, so that's your loss, dude. That's on you. That's not anybody else's fault. That's your own. You know, so. But the way he was making it sound, well, if it's going to be days or weeks after, you know, I ain't going to get my shit. Well, then get your fucking ass down here on Christmas, dummy. Jeez. Frickin'. That's what I mean by whiny crybaby ass, because sometimes he just is. All right, you two, knock it off. Boo. Kalika, stop. Don't be doing this shit on Christmas Eve. Knock it off. Quit looking at each other like you're going to attack for round 2. I think it should be okay enough. I can take my hood down now because it does make it kind of hard to see because of the angle I'm at. But it keeps from having to deal with the glare from the window. What is Brooke's affirmation today? You got ultimate potential. I say this on Brooke's behalf, in case she don't want to say it along with me. I choose to live a life of my fullest potential. I trust that this will draw me towards experiences and people that support my growth and accomplishment. Tuning into this frequency, I now reach higher heights than I ever thought possible. Knowing that's an option, why would I have ever tuned into anything else? I'm looking at you, smooth jazz and talk radio. That's cute. That's what, is nice about these decks, that, they only have positive stuff, Okay. What is my affirmation today? Well, how interesting. Story of my life, and it's a snake given a rat, which normally it would eat a thing of roses. This should be interesting. As I tell myself the story of what's happening in my life, I choose to make it the kind of story where even the tough parts have a sort of inner beauty. It's ultimately a happy story where every character, no matter how wicked, is doing their best. And let me tell you, it'll be worth it when I earn that Pulitzer Prize for Best Inner Monologue. Well, that's an interesting one. It's kind of like, the lion falling in love with the lamb. So here, I guess it's the snake falling in love with the rat that normally it eats. So instead of eating its food, it falls in love with it, decides to marry it, or who knows? Rat snake babies would be kind of creepy looking. I don't know about you, but I don't know if that'd be weird. Whoa! No, my ribbon's getting tangled up in the deck and don't want to let go. What message does the Green Oracle have for Brooke today? Respect. Card 36. I think it's the very last card, I think. Let me double check that. Yep. Respect nature. A man very small in front of a huge mountain. The man holds a child on his shoulders, and the children points to the mountain. The last card in the deck is about respect. Respect nature does not just mean not to pollute. It is about how we feel toward it. In front of nature, we are the small things. Small things are important. Divination. We can be a small thing. Small things are important. Teach how to look at the horizon. Do not fear the infinite. We saw this messed up movie. It's a good movie, but it's a messed up movie. Last night, it's called Event Horizon, and it's definitely a horror film, if you ask me. I won't go into the gory details, but not exactly the last, thing I want to be watching before getting ready to go to bed. What message does the Green Oracle have for me today? Interesting. Haven't got this one before. The life cycle. So we have a butterfly, a flower, a squirrel, a live tree, a dead tree, some arrows going around this way. Interesting. And it's card 13. Huh. Oh, that's a pretty one. Haven't got this one yet. The wild. Isn't that pretty? It's like a jungle scene with a tiger. Just noticed it. Come on. Quit fighting me, please. My cards are fighting me today. You ain't supposed to do that on Christmas Eve now. Come on. Card 13. Okie dokie. The cycle, a scheme of a tree getting born, growing, dying, and getting born again. Nature often reminds us about the circularity of things. As human beings treading life from childhood to elder years, we find a powerful lure to the idea that things are linear. It seems natural to us that there is a beginning and an end, and that a life full of purpose and goes straight toward a direction. Maybe we should accommodate more circularity in our thinking, understanding life as cycles, returning, recurring with ebbs and flow, giving perspective to what we do and how meaningful it is. Even the longest, strongest line ultimately is just a part of a circle. Divination: accept that things have not an end, but only new stages. Look for the recurring patterns. Do not repeat a new cycle in the same way as the previous one. Do not fear the end of a cycle. Interesting. I had a very interesting visitation last night when I was sleeping. And I'm still like sitting here going, okay, what was this all about? But okay. It was nothing bad. It was just unexpected, very unexpected. It's like, this is like the last thing I would have thought would ever happen, period. Because as I seem to recall, it's the first and only time that these gods, these particular gods, have reached out to me. And not only did they reach out to me, but they told me I'm one of them, that they consider me family or something. It was bizarre. I don't know if you know anything about the Necronomicon and the gods of old that are in those books and the symbols and stuff that they have, that where you can do these symbols and you can reach out to certain ones. But I will caution you, try to only reach out to the good ones, because there are some that can be a little too dark, I guess is a good way to put it, because I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything to them. But there was three of us. There was a kind of like a father figure type. There was a guy younger, like maybe a son or something. And then there was me. And we had a mission that we had to go on. We had to go down below. So underground or underworld or something, different plane maybe of existence. And the fact that I watched the movie Event Horizon and would have this dream, all the more weird. So we go down and I'm like telling this entity, I said, Dad, I don't think I'm feeling up to this. And the next thing I know, we're going anyway. So I'm like, okay, I guess we're going. So we went down. We came, it was like, I don't know if it was a platform that we were on and it started lowering itself into the ground, or if it was a design that somebody made that was like a portal, like you could open or something, and then you go down. And then we ended up in a tunnel. And then when we got down to the end of the tunnel, there was this big room and there was a bunch of these creatures, a bunch of these entities, walking around, moving around in different ways. And they definitely were not human. They were not human. And a lot of them were injured, which was very sad, to see, and very frightening to see in a way. It was like, oh my gosh, what happened? It was like somebody went down there and set off a bomb or something. And these creatures, these entities didn't deserve what had just happened to them. It was like they were attacked for no reason, and something tried to wipe them out. Okay. And there was this one that came up to us, and it was in pretty bad shape. And me and Dad, that I was calling Dad in the dream, I remember hugging it, and I remember sliding my hand up its tentacle, because it had tentacles. I mean, big tentacles. And I remember crying, and I said, I am so sorry for what happened to you. So we're walking along, and we end up in this other area where there was a very human-looking secretary. It looked like sitting at a desk. Don't ask me. I have no idea what any of this means. And there was this little entity, this little creature that was very gelatinous looking, like it had tentacles and stuff, but it was like it was a baby. You know, it wasn't, I don't want to say it was a blob or anything. I don't want to be disrespectful because that's not what this is about. But it was a baby of one of these creatures or entities or something, and it was badly damaged too. So we went to rescue it, I guess, and take it back up with us to the surface or to another plane of existence where maybe it could heal. And I referred to the entity I was calling Dad, I referred to as its grandfather. So, excuse me, it loved me. This little thing loved me. I mean, it was in my lap. It would change colors to whatever color I was wearing. I was talking to it, you know, and everything. I mean, like it was family, because it was. And I said something about, I said, oh, you like the color blue I'm wearing? And it turned this beautiful, beautiful, like royal blue color. And I was like, wow, you know, this is amazing. So I said, you ready to take a trip with your grandfather? And I felt like it was saying yes, because this is telepathy with these creatures, these entities, you know, unless they take the form of a human to where they can have a mouth and they can speak. And then, of course, they have to speak English and all that. But when they speak to you telepathy, it's just automatic. You'll hear them the way you're, you know, English. If English is your primary language, that's the way you'll hear them and stuff. And so we're having this nice little conversation. And I guess grandpa or father and the son are having a conversation with and getting the okay and whatever they need to do to be able to take the little baby with us. And then I woke up and I went, okay, I just got visited by the Necronomicon gods. Okay. Interesting. And, you know, I feel like it was their way of, it was more like an acceptance, I guess, because I am so open. Like they don't frighten me. I love them. They're beautiful to me no matter what they truly look like. Even the dark ones, because they have a purpose, you know, they exist for a reason. And then when you get into Necronomicon, you realize that a lot of these entities are, they're gate dwellers. Like there's a certain one that will be at a certain gate and there's a certain amount of gates you can go through. Real complicated stuff.
Remember,
What?
you do realize Necronomicon is a fictional book?
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, whatever. I mean, these things were very real to me. That's all I know. And it wasn't anything bad. You know, it might have just been like some kind of magical evolutionary thing. I don't know. But they are real. But there's like different symbols that you can do on different types of I guess elemental alloys. Like some of them, if you are so inclined, which I never would be, you make the symbol on gold, pure gold. So you would literally have to probably hammer and chisel it into there to get it on there right. And then you would have to, some of them I think was, I want to say copper. You had to have copper. So you literally had to have a plate of copper, like a thin plate of copper that you would again chisel and hammer this symbol into and carry it with you and stuff. All I had available to me at the time when I did some of the symbols, and I tried to contact only the positive ones. He's full of shit. He don't know what he's talking about. I did them on some. They were supposed to be like parchment paper, but they had like a kind of like a business card stock more like to them. And so they weren't like thin, papery, like notebook paper. They had a slight stiffness to them, but they did the job. So I did the symbols. I contacted the ones that seemed to be the gentlest ones of the bunch. And these books are old because, I mean, I could get, if they weren't buried, I'm not even going to try to get one right now, but I've only got, I think like it's either 3 or 4 books. And they're so old that you can see the orange on the pages. before, you know, like you look at the pages, the edges, you can see the orange. That's how old these books are. And I got them from, I think, used bookstore, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. The only one of the set, because it was a set of them, the only one of the set I don't have, and I hope to have one day, you know, being the collector that I am. And, you know, it's interesting. You know, I really like the symbols and, you know, the you know, even if it is fake, it's still interesting to me, you know. So it's called the Book of Dead Names. So one of these times I'm hoping that I'll, you know, come across the copy of the Book of Dead Names. That's the only one of the set that I don't have. But Chris talking about, you know, them being fake and it's a fictional book and this and that. There's I don't know if you've even saw the movie. There's a movie that has to do with the god Cthulhu, which is a god of the sea. It's a more like an octopus type looking creature, I think, or something. That if you're the idea is if you're stupid enough to invoke it, then you deserve to pay the price. They actually had a movie about it, but I don't remember what the name of the movie was, and it was so long ago. I, you know, don't remember a lot of it, but you know, to me, with the power of the mind and the power of the universal energy out there, and depending on the power of your belief, you can actually manifest these things. You can make them real. Because if you make them real enough magically, you make them real enough in your mind, who's to say they won't actually come to life, become real? They're real to you. So, I mean, to me, that's all that matters. And it's not like they're stomping around the city and killing people. It was a beautiful experience, is all I can say for me. It wasn't anything scary at all. It was an acceptance. It was, I feel like it was some kind of a magical evolution of something or another. That meaning that I have a higher understanding that there are other forces out there that we don't even know about that could be very much like that are real, you know, but very few people have actually found them, let alone prove their existence, you know, and that whole deal. So if I ever get the Book of Dead Names, I'll show it on here so you can at least see what it looks like. Cause I don't even remember who the author was, but it was just interesting. So I kept the symbols that I made. I kept them in this bag, this little purple velvet bag that I had. And I remember at one point I was going to throw them away, but then something told me don't throw them away. So I kept them, but I've only gotten them out and like looked at them maybe once, you know, in like many, many, many years. And it also says in the book, and this is probably part of their, what Chris would call fake stuff, is when you make these symbols, no one else is supposed to lay eyes on them. If you show them to even a single other person, you piss these gods off. You piss these entities off because it is a connection that you have with them that only you and you alone have with them. And if you show the symbols to anybody else, you know, then it violates that somehow, or, you know, upsets them or makes them angry at you or what have you. So I keep mine in the pouch. Nobody sees them. I'm not taking any chances, you know. If they're fake, okay, fine, they're fake, but I'm not taking any chances. Because there could also be forces out there, just like, you know, demons. I mean, they're the master deceivers. They can disguise themselves to be little children. They can disguise themselves to be innocent looking human beings, but they're not. So who's to say they couldn't decide, you know, make themselves out to be one of these entities and use those symbols in some way against somebody, you know, that didn't know what they were doing and they stumbled into it, you know, and then they could get themselves in a lot of trouble. So, but it was interesting. And I'm like, okay, well, that's a dream I definitely did not expect after watching a movie that horrific, because Event Horizon is definitely horrific. I mean, the long and short of it is this ship is built by this guy that it has the ability to fold space so it can go to other dimensions and stuff. And originally the dimension or the area they were trying to get to was Alpha Centauri, which Alpha Centauri, a lot of people are familiar with that. But it went further or went somewhere else, ended up in some other dimension. And it says later in the movie that when it crossed over into this other dimension that they later title as hell, it came back alive. Like the ship was literally, it could use your greatest fears against you. And it did. It literally killed all but 3 people on the ship because another group of people went, including the guy that designed the original Event Horizon, because it disappeared somewhere around Neptune, this and that, and then it came back. So they went out to rescue it, see if anybody was alive, blah, blah, blah. Nobody was. And they found the ship. They got on the ship, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it was horrific. I don't recommend it. It's definitely a scary movie. But the guy that designed it ended up becoming the only way to end all of it, and for the 3 people to escape that did, which they were in stasis pods. So they were in that liquid stuff that, you can sleep for like many, many years, and it sustains your body, keeps it functioning and all that. The 3 that lived, they were rescued later by another rescue mission. And then, that's pretty much where they ended the movie. But in reality, there are many people that mess with stuff out there and mess with magic and different things that they should not mess with, that does invoke and call forth some of these really, really, really bad, mean, nasty forces and spirits and, demonic like presences that, you end up regretting later. Like, I mean, I've seen some of these places, like they'll have a whole room full of mirrors, and each mirror is a portal that draws these things in. It's like, no, thank you. Rather not. I ain't going in there. You can go in there if you want, but I'm not going in there. Because apparently with some of the paranormal investigators that I've watched, they've gone into some of these places, and it's like the forces were so bad that they ended up calling into this area. It took a lot to put them back, but some of them still lingered. So there were still some bad ones, roaming the grounds. So, it's like I've always said, and I still believe, just because it's not something we're aware of, and it hasn't been proven yet that forces like this are very real and they do exist, doesn't mean they don't. I mean, who are we to say they don't exist just because we don't want to believe they exist? Someone like Chris, that are closed-minded in that I'm not, because I don't have to go and spend like years of my life researching something like that to either prove or disprove it's real. You know what I mean? Butthead finally came in. Bella! Bella Brat.
Well, he's been in
Roaming the halls, of course.
I think he came in with John.
Little shithead.
John probably gave him some food there.
Probably. So yeah, the next time we're looking for something to watch on a Saturday and Event Horizon is on one of the channels, I'm not watching it. I don't want to watch it again. It's like, no, thank you. Change it to something else or turn the damn TV off, because I don't want to see that again. Because that movie is too horrific for my liking. I was looking at a spell from a couple days ago. Okay. Ooh, this sounds like a good one. Today is spiritual house cleaning spell. The spiritual aspects of cleaning house are often used by the practitioner of voodoo or Santeria. In botanicas, you will find many floor washes, powders for sweeping, room sprays. You do room sprays and powders, I think. And cleaning products with names like House Blessing and Peaceful Home. These products are safe for home use and are recommended, but you can make your own. Put a few drops of essential oil of patchouli, cedarwood, and sandalwood into water. Cedarwood has the added benefit of repelling moths. Cedar shavings can be hung in muslin bags, in closets, or crushed cedar shavings can be spread on the carpeting before vacuuming. To attract blessings, mop or wash in a deicil fashion. To dispel negativity, clean in a Widdershins direction. A general house blessing, smudging of the house with cedar, sage, or sweetgrass is recommended once a month as well. I like that. That's a good one. It's a good one for today. Hey, Bella. How you doing, baby? Oogie boogie. Okay, and the goddess of the day. Mother Night. Eguski, Eguski. Femininity, birth, renewal, dawn, and daylight are the symbols. About Eguski and Basque, Basque tradition, this daughter of the earth is the solar disk and the eye of God. Being beautiful, warm, and welcoming, Eguski continues to embrace her mother in golden arms each day, gathering us in the glow. To do today, the night before Christmas was Mother Night, when the goddess prepares once more to give birth to Eguski and growing daylight. It is traditionally a time to enjoy the goddess's energy for personal renewal and to show appreciation to mothers everywhere with their life-giving power. Take a moment out of your day to call your mom and say thanks. Thanks for giving you life, for nurturing you, for passing on family traditions, for the important lessons she taught. Also take a moment to thank Eguski for her blessings in some way that suits your vision and path. Pray, chant, sing, meditate, light a candle, ask her for another year filled with goddess magic and miracles. To encourage Eguski's renewal and warmth every day, rise early this morning and wait for sunrise as the first beams of light caress the horizon. Open your arms and hug the goddess. Feel the energy and power in those rays to transform and overcome anything you may face. Gather the goddess into your heart for now and always. What?
I was just going to let you know that somebody was waiting for a little attention from you.
I was giving it to him.
I know. That's all.
So this is apparently Mother Night, and it says Europe. So I guess somewhere in Europe they do the Mother Night, which is tonight. So we'll say Eguski. Hail and welcome, Eguski. Bless us with your power and presence today. Whoop! Now I'm knocking stuff over. Oh well. And I also have an angel to call, which is Michael, the archangel of today. Hey, boo. Come on. Hi. Hello, boo baby. How you doing? Excuse me. Mommy's burping up her breakfast burrito. Boo baby wants some lovies. Boo baby wants some lovies. So mommy give him some lovies. Yeah. Mommy give him some lovies. Okay, I got to figure out which one of these is St. Michael. Where are you at? Samuel, Gabriel, Zedekiel, Raphael. Here we go, Michael. Archangel Michael, you who protect us and guide us on Sunday, you help us with the energy of divine love. You release us of pain and suffering, problems and difficulties, as well as thoughts and oppressions. And each time I light a candle every day, and I light an incense. Yeah, your boo baby. Boo baby. Boo baby. Boo baby. But I light a candle each day for each angel of the day, and I light a stick of incense for him too. Hello. Well, apparently Bastet loves you a lot, because in this last litter that Pickles had, I know, but I can't force him to be in the camera now, can I? She gave you a solid black female kitty. So
My kitty.
no, not your kitty. Sorry. That's definitely a blessing, to be given a beautiful little solid black kitty. And the other two as well, look like mommy and all. But a solid black kitty, and it just happens to be female. Don't be surprised if she ends up with the classic beautiful green eyes that Bastet is known for. Yeah. So me, if it was me, I would literally name that kitten Bastet in honor of her. But that's just me. Name her whatever feels right to you, hon. Hey, boo. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, boo, baby boy. Bella's on daddy's lap and Boo's on mommy's lap. Love you, Boo. Okay. Whoops. Boy, oh boy. Apparently it's going to be, it's like, please don't let it be a dropsy day like that. I don't need a dropsy day. So where's my book? And each time when I light a candle to them and stuff, I put a check mark next to their name, so I know I'm doing it consistently every day. And I've been burning my caramel. This is one of the caramel scented ones you sent me. Finally found some of my tea lights because I've been using up all my tea lights. But because of the universality of the tea lights, I figured, why not? And when I get my check, I already know what I'm getting Carl anyway. Even though I got him more than enough for Christmas, still I'm going to get him these. He's wanting these backflow burners for the backflow incense. And there's some on Amazon. And there's this real pretty green one that I'm going to get for him because he likes the color green. Lighting stick. I do the lighting stick because it's just easier. But I got to find the rest of my wax melts, which is all that I had left of, the ones that I got from you. Because I put them all together along with some of the ones I had around here that I'd gotten from the store, like Walmart or somewhere like that, I think it was. So that I can, once this one loses its scent, then I can put another one in there. And I tried to light the incense with the flame from the candle. I'm using this one. So I light this candle for you, St. Michael, and this incense. Then I got a nice little bowl that I keep it in. So when the ashes fall, they fall in the bowl and don't, fall everywhere and make a mess. And try to remember to do that every day. Because it's just, to me, it's a nice way to, start out the day. Letting the angels know that they have my permission to intervene in my life on my behalf. Because with the whole free will thing, you got to give them permission to help you. Interesting. So today really is just going to be, take it easy day, because tomorrow's going to be busy and festive, and I'll probably be wearing my dress, which, I would put it on, today, but I'm trying to keep from soiling it too much and sweating in it too much, because I literally wore the dress all day yesterday. So I don't want to get it too dirty, and then not be able to wear it for Christmas. I just hope that, Mom won't just let her dress hang in the closet, that she'll actually wear it, even if it is just for Christmas. Just wear it that day, just one time, and I can get her on the live stream wearing it. So that's all I'm asking. And then if it hangs in her closet forever, I guess it hangs in her closet, because she's got so many, beautiful dresses and things that she could wear. She just don't. And that's a shame, because, I can wear mine. I've been getting braver and wearing mine more around here, but I try to be careful. Like I try to, if I have on my dress, or if I have on one of my Christmas outfits that match, then I'll have a blanket up over me, or I'll have my robe here on over top of it to, keep the cats from snagging the crap out of it and tearing it up and making it look like crap. Because I'm tired of having these nice things and not being able to wear them because of my cats, because their claws just shred it. They shred it, snag it, and all that. So hopefully I'll find my wax melts, I'll remember where I put them all, because I know I put them all together. Wherever they're at, I put them all together. I think I ended up putting them all in that one bag that you gave me, that it had a label on it saying that this was for Mama or something like that. And that's where I try to keep all of them together. I think I had a metal heart container around here somewhere that's probably buried in the cluster flub next to me that had some of the last remaining, wax melts that I had from your store. Because you can get them. I can get them in like cubes and stuff here at like the Walmart and stuff like that as like a different way to scent and use the oil burners than just the incense alone. Because, the wax, once it burns down and everything and melts, then you smell the scent really good. And plus, I do have my liquid caramel stuff in there that you can like put in your coffee or whatever. I could always put a little snippet of that in with the wax, but I don't know what that would do to it. But it would smell, the caramel smell, for a little while longer. Because usually once it loses its scent, then I just wait until it, solidifies and the candles burn out. And it's like, okay, I'm not smelling it anymore, so it's lost its scent. And then I'll just take a knife and I'll, once it's solidified and the candle's gone out, I'll cut it, like down the middle, and it's a lot easier to get it out of there. And then I'll just throw it away, and then do the next batch. I did go to your wax melt website that was just strictly wax melts. I liked almost every picture there because most of them didn't have even a single like, but I liked almost every single one of them. And, but I just don't know, how soon I'm going to be able to order anything again. Waiting until the holidays get over and things settle down a little more. And then you've got, a lot of sales and stuff at the stores going on, but that will also mean that, okay, the holidays are over. So then I'll have a little bit more money, back in my pocket to spend. I have to think before I spend. It's like, okay, do I want to spend it this way or do I want to spend it this way? Or, what is some of the stuff that I can do without that I really don't need right now? Think before I spend. So tonight, I don't know that I'll be able to do it. But that's one of the things that I definitely miss because I don't remember how old I was when we stopped doing that. But when me and Carl would, stay up on Christmas Eve, we'd stay up until midnight, and then we would like open a present and then we would go to bed or something. Because we knew that if we went to bed, that as soon as we went to bed and whatever and woke up, then, if mom wasn't already yelling at us as soon as she got up, like she would either let us sleep in as long as we wanted, or she would call us as soon as she was up and, say, come on, if you want your presents or whatever. And I can't remember. It's been too long ago. But that was a lot of fun. I know it was the last time I remember me and Carl doing anything like that. Staying up till midnight on Christmas Eve we lived on Town Street at the time. That would have been what I refer to as the 536 West Town Street place, which that address will be forever burnt into my memory because that's also where we lived when Randy died. And, there was a lot of good times there, but there was a lot of sad times too. Which you're going to have that with just about any place you move to. You're going to have good times and you're going to have bad times. All you can do is try to, build the happier memories as you go. But it's when sad stuff happens or bad stuff happens at an old location, I don't dwell on it. I won't ever forget it. But I also know that that's done and over with. Let's just move on, go from here. So we'll see. I might decide to go to bed at 11 o'clock tonight, like I normally go to bed every night, unless something in me says no, stay up, and I feel the need to stay up. Then I'll stay up maybe a little longer, or just till midnight, and then just go to bed. Because there's no presents here to open. Um, but I just can't. I can't believe the silliness of my mom that money was spent. I mean, granted, it was only $1 for each one. So there was like a total of like, I think $9 spent to get, because, 9 of them. Because I knew she needed at least 6. And then I needed at least 3 for myself. The big Christmas bags, that you can get that a lot of times people will put their gifts in exchange. And she decided to keep every single one of those bags for herself. Why? What's the point? It's like, Mom, they were bought to put the gifts in, and now you've got these other bags that you're putting them in. Okay, fine, whatever. But the whole idea behind getting the Christmas bags was that's the bags you were supposed to use to put the Christmas stuff in. Now you want to keep them? Okay, whatever. I mean, they're just gonna get packed away somewhere, and she'll never use them. There's no reason for her to keep them. It's just, it's like, okay, Mom, you're just silly, but whatever, I tend to like to keep mine because I end up using them they become storage for me for like, Christmas presents of that year, or I end up using them around here at home because I got a bunch of loose stuff sitting around and I want something to put them in. I'll put them in a Christmas bag and try to set them up out of the way, which to me is a perfectly sensible way to use them because they are pretty and I don't want to just throw them away now that Christmas is over when they can be reused. But to turn around and just keep them and they're just going to never get used. I'm like, okay, then why did we even buy them for her? And actually Maria bought them. I didn't even buy them, but it's like, whatever, Mom. And this year she decided to put the tree in the middle of the floor because it was too tall to put on a table like they originally was going to do. And her coffee table that sits in the front room, how they finally decided to do it was they turned the coffee table around to where it's facing this way now instead of that way like it was. It's facing this way now, and then the tree is on one side of it. So it's still in the middle of the floor, gave you plenty of room to set the presents around, but it's just, it looks kind of odd because it's just a bunch of Christmas bags sitting around the tree, but still presents around the tree. So it'll be definitely nice if we do get our checks on the 27th, but I guess we won't know until that day gets here. So, well, one of those things, it's kind of out of our control. But when it does come, it'll be our bonus. It'll be our 943 instead of, the 914, when all this time I thought we were getting 941. So I don't know how I got that miswired in my head, but now it turns out that we're getting 943. So I'm like, okay, guess I was off. And I'm still thinking about getting some Christmas cards, getting a box of Christmas cards, and then just put a bunch of them up, hang them up, even though they're not from anybody, just hang them up because I got one Christmas card this year and that was from Jim. And I just don't know enough people, to send any out. I mean, I could send one to you guys, you and the boys, but it probably would take several days to get there. And now if I sent one now and you guys wouldn't even get it until well after Christmas. Which I might still do, but I'm not planning on going in any stores tonight or definitely tomorrow because a lot of the stores are going to be closed because it's Christmas Day. So some places you'll see open tonight still. Like, I don't know if CVS will be open because they were a couple years ago. We had to go out for some kind of a last minute thing. I don't remember exactly what it was or why, but we're like, okay, great. What store are we going to find open on Christmas Eve? But okay, let's go try. And the CVS was open on Main, Hamilton and Main, on the corner of Hamilton and Main. And I have some money that I need to get loaded on my card. So I don't know you know, if I venture out anywhere today, that would be the place that I would go just to see if they are open. So I can load the money onto the card. So, excuse me. It's some stuff that Maria wants me to order for her off of Amazon. So instead of giving me her bank card, which is really the easiest way to do things, she sometimes tends to give me the cash. And then it's like, okay, but I'm going to have to load it on my card. And then once I get it loaded on the card, then I'll have to go into the Amazon site and then go into the cart and then, you know, pay for everything. It's like, it's just, she makes it so complicated sometimes. And it's like, Maria, why can't you just give me your bank card? It would be so much easier, but you want to do it this way. Okay, whatever. So sometimes, you know, it's like sometimes I get through to her, but then she forgets so easily that I don't have the patience sometimes to keep reminding her, you know, Maria, you know, you're really making it complicated doing it this way. You know, I appreciate it. And during the times when it's money she's having me load on the card to get something I need or something like that from Amazon, which back when we started with the diamond paintings, you know, it was like some bead cases and, you know, some of the diamond paintings, which I always try to find the inexpensive ones. So you're not spending a bunch of money on one. And, you know, I greatly appreciate it, but I just wish that she would remember it's so much easier. And I would prefer the easier route of you just giving me your bank card and just do it that way, because it takes it straight out of your check or whatever. And then you don't have to worry about it. And then that way that keeps the cash in your pocket that you might need for, say, groceries or something, you know, because she don't get food stamps or anything. So anything that she buys, whether it's groceries or non-grocery items, she has to pay cash. So you go into the Kroger and you end up with a cart full of stuff, you know, you can splash down 50, 60 bucks like bam, you know, like the blink of an eye. And it's a shame they had these because they're going to go quick. I mean, I'd be surprised if there's even one left the next time I go to the Kroger. But I don't know when they started doing this, but I'm glad they did. And because there was only 2 left, I wish I could get one. But they have a female Nutcracker doll that I just call her the Queen, because she's dressed in like a queenly robe and she's got a crown on everything. Beautiful little doll. And I would love to have one, but she's $21.49. They had 2 left. We was over at the store like yesterday or whatever. And they had her on a shelf with some others that were only $6. So she got all excited and she was ready to get both of them. So her and I could both have a female, you know, Nutcracker one. And I was like, you better get it. You better scan it first, because, you know, I don't know that, because there's only 2 left and it's female Nutcracker. I don't know that they're going to let it go for $6. So she scanned it on one of the registers and $21.49 is what came up. And I said, see, it's not $6 like you thought. And she said, man, that's a shame, because I was going to get both of them so we could both have one. I said, again, thank you. I appreciate it. But, you know, yeah, that's kind of what I expected, because they don't make them very often. You almost never see female ones. So I'll get one of these times. Hopefully, I mean, if nothing else, I could probably look up some on Amazon and find some pretty ones, and then I could just get it whenever, you know. Let's see. Just curious. I know, because I mean, you can find. I've found so much stuff on Amazon. Hey, boo. Uh-oh. This one would be adorable. She's only $80. So it's not something I'd be able to get like right away or anything. Check it out. It's Alice. It's Alice, Alice in Wonderland, and she's a nutcracker doll. She's got chess on her head. She's got a little tray with a tea set on it, and oh, that is so cute. That is adorable, isn't it? Yeah, you don't see the females very often. Hey, boo. Hello. I put her in my wish list. Here's another female. Oh, this is a cute one. Aww. She's dressed in like a leopard print coat, and she's got a little dog down by her feet. You can't see her. I can't get the angle right. But that's a female one. She's dressed kind of like you would see them dress in Russia. Oh, this is cute. This one is a skier. So there's like a female nutcracker skier. It says Ornativity Christmas woman skier nutcracker, red and white wooden nutcracker woman with ugly sweater and ski sticks in skiing pose Xmas theme holiday nutcracker doll. She's 15 inches tall. I wish you could see them, but it's hard to get them the right angle so you can see them. See? Isn't she cute? I was like, wow. That's cool. And here's one. It's called Dog Mom. That's also cute. She's got on a cute little black and white outfit. Oh, here's one. It's a doggy. It's a pretty white doggy. Oh, he's cute. He's wearing Christmassy colors, and he's got a big like lollipop looking thing in his hand. Oh, she's pretty. Snow Queen, 14-inch. Wow. It's a Nutcracker pink doll. Looks like a little girl in a pink dress. That's cute. And she's holding a miniature Nutcracker. That's a cute one. Oh, no. Why did they have to have one like that? There's a gardener one. Day of the Dead Festival. The Sugar Skulls. There's one dressed up like a sugar skull. There's a doctor one. Aw. They've got a lot of cute ones. So you see? Yeah, apparently the females are becoming, I guess, a little more popular. Because to see this many of them, it's like, wow. Oh, my goodness. I doubt I'll find the one that they had, like, over at the Kroger. She's pretty. Ooh, there's one that's called Silver Queen. And my goodness. So lots of choices now. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. They even have a unicorn one. Oh, boy. That's adorable. A unicorn Nutcracker doll. Now, that's something I never thought I'd see. That's adorable. There's a queen. They even got a cowgirl. Hollywood Rhinestone Cowgirl, $72.99. That's a Nutcracker. This is similar to the queen they have at Kroger, but she's white. This one is for, like, the people of color. She's still pretty though. Oh, here's one that looks like Glinda the Good Witch from Oz, from Wizard of Oz. Oh, she's a sugar plum fairy. Oh, she's cute. Now that also goes into the Nutcracker stuff because, you know, sugar plum fairies are. And she's wearing all pink. Here's one that's a teacher. Oh, that's a pretty little village. It's a diamond candy cane, lace, 18-inch lead, red stack gingerbread village Christmas. And they even have a Clara Nutcracker doll. Here's some hanging ornament ones. Oh, no, they didn't. They actually have a Nutcracker doll that's the Wicked Witch from Wizard of Oz. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Mickey Mouse. How about that? So apparently Nutcrackers are quite the thing nowadays. A lot of people want them and collect them, I'm sure. There's a snowman, elf. There's another lady one that's cute. Oh, here's one that's a fairy ballerina. She's wearing gold. She's got gold wings. She's pretty. Oh, here's one that lights up. It's a little nutcracker. It's shaped like a nutcracker, but it lights up. It's really cute. No. Oh, no, you did not. They have a freaking R2-D2 nutcracker. That is crazy. Oh my goodness. He's not that much either. He's only $37.97. They got Rudolph. Oh, Minnie Mouse. Oh no. And they got a purple one and he's 6 foot tall. He's only $697.49. So yeah, that's pretty big. They got such cute ones. I had no idea. See, that's what I mean. You look up, you know, you'd be amazed at some of the stuff you can find. All I punched in was female nutcrackers, and I'm coming up with all these others. Oh, no, they have the Red Queen from Alice, too. She's $117.29. They have a chef. They have a green reindeer with pink antlers. $114.59. They have Star Wars figures, other figurines. Here's a male sugar skull one. Oh my goodness. Oh, they even have Sally. They have Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. And she's a nutcracker. She's $46.57. Isn't she cute? See? Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. That's adorable. Well, I guess they're making a comeback. Now they're like designer and stuff. Find out. Oh, here's a kitty cat one. Oh my goodness. Okay, I need to quit. But anyway, so yeah, you know, they got all kinds of nutcrackers now, apparently. Goodness sakes. Oh yeah. They have all kinds of nutcracker critters now. Hey boo. How you doing? Hi baby. Hello. How's the boo baby? Oh, be careful, baby. I don't want you to knock that on the floor. They have short ones too. They have some that are nutcrackers, but they're shorter. They're not the big tall ones like a lot of them. One of my favorite nutcrackers was, and I don't know if they still put it up every year or not. I haven't been downtown. But now if they're going to put it up, it would be up right now, is they had this giant size one that was, I would say at least 2 stories tall. I mean, it was big. You wouldn't fit in the living room in here for sure. And I thought it was just the prettiest one I ever saw because it was so big. They have this Christmas thing that they set up. And again, I don't know if they do it every year because I only saw it once. But it's in a certain section of downtown, so you have to know where to turn to get to it. But it's basically generally in the area where City Center Mall used to stand. And, that's where me and Chris met, was City Center Mall. So the fact that that's been mowed to the ground is heartbreaking. It was a nice mall. And it's a shame that it didn't last. But another one of those things is beyond our control. It's not like there was anything we could do to stop it, outright, unless we bought the building. And who's got that kind of money? If I would have had the money to buy the building, I would have, just to keep the mall open. But apparently it didn't do good, or, there was too many thugs coming in there and stealing, stuff or something, and they were losing money, or I don't know. They had a full glass elevator inside the thing and everything. They had a Disney store where you could get really nice, Disney, different Disney things, but they were expensive. And the only thing that I ever got from the Disney store, and I'm surprised he got it for me because this was after me and Adam already split up, is he got me this ceramic candy dish that had several of the female villains from several different Disney movies. It had the one from the evil queen from The Little Mermaid. It had the evil queen from Snow White and a couple of others. I can't remember. And I was like, I was devastated when that got stolen, because I put it in a storage unit that my mom and Jim had at the time. And it wasn't where they have storage stuff now, but it was a different storage unit. And somebody broke into a bunch of the storage units over there, and my ceramic dish was one of the things that they got. I've never found that dish again. So the one time that I had a really nice Disney collectible, it got taken by some thugs that broke into the storage and stole it. So, it was a nice mall, though. There was a lot of stores and stuff in there, and, it seemed to be doing well. I mean, I thought it was doing well, but apparently something happened significant enough that they saw fit to close it down. So they closed it down, tore it down. It was a skating rink for a while. It was a regular outdoor roller skating rink during the summer and spring. And then during the fall and winter, or especially during the winter when they could get ice to freeze and stay frozen, they would turn it into an ice skating rink for the winter. And I got to ice skate on it once, and I got to roller skate on it a couple times. But, it's so the area where the mall once stood now, at least they turned it into something beautiful and Christmassy. It's just they only do it once a year. And I'd like to go down there this year and see if it's still up. But hey, tomorrow's Christmas, so I'm not going to be driving down there. The only time to see it would probably be tonight. And that's probably going to be the thinking of a lot of people, is if they're going to see it, they're going to want to try to do it tonight, because that way they can be home with their families and stuff tomorrow. So understandable. But it's really pretty, the way they've got it decorated, and hopefully they got the big giant, nutcracker out and stuff. So it would be nice to go down and take some night photography, take some night pictures of it. So I could maybe, try to post them on the live or something. Although I'm not real good at doing that. You know how you post, is it easier to post pictures, upload pictures or photos than it is a video? Because I suck at doing the videos. Maybe the still photos would be easier for me to learn. I don't know. But, when we go downtown now, it's not the same. It's just not, it's not the same place. There's so many new stores, so many stores that closed down because they just weren't getting enough business. And, you can't exactly stay open if you're not getting any business, right? So that's a shame. I remember they used to have a Woolworths store down there that I used to love to go hang out because they had like an eating place upstairs, and then they also had a downstairs area that you could go and shop as well. Lazarus was another of my favorite stores, and since they shut that Lazarus down, I've never seen another Lazarus store open anywhere. They always had the most beautiful window displays for Christmas that I did somewhere around here in the closet, probably in the front room here, buried in my photo albums. There's pictures of the window displays that they used to have. And they used to have an area called Christmas Town or something like that, where it was like in a downstairs area that you could go in the building. And it was literally Christmassy, and you could walk through, and it was just really pretty. Something fun for the family. You could even take little kids through, and it was just so pretty. They had trees up and all kinds of everything Christmassy, Figurines, some of them would move, some of them would sing, some of them would light up, and it was a fun thing to do, as a family. And all that was just one day, it was just gone, and never to return. Now you've got Easton Mall, and you've got all these malls and all these pop-up malls and shopping centers, and it's just not the same. And ridiculously expensive. Like, I don't think I'll ever go to Polaris again because it's too far away, for one. And after the weird, horrible, traumatizing thing that happened to me the last time I went there, I don't think I'd want to go there again. Certainly not alone. Because I had somehow lost the car and where I had parked it. Yeah, it is. And how I finally found my way back to it was I remember endlessly walking around a parking lot. And I was so distraught at that point, and it was dark. I mean, it was literally nighttime out by then. Thank God it was in the spring and summer, so it wasn't like freezing cold out or anything. I don't think. It might have been. I can't remember. But I had Chris on the phone, and I made him stay on the phone with me until I found the car because I was that scared. So I finally went back into a bookstore or something, I think it was. And I said, I'm looking for a flight of stairs. I said, I know this is going to sound bizarre, but I'm looking for a flight of stairs. I came down the flight of stairs. I came around the corner, and your shop was the first one I came into. And the guy told me, he's like, oh, yeah, the flight of stairs you're talking about is right around the corner there. I thought about stupid. So I went up the steps, and as soon as I came to the top of the steps, there was the car. And I was like, oh, boy. So after that, I was like, nope, I ain't doing that again. That was too scary. Because I literally, I was borderline scared to death that somebody had fucking stolen the car, and I was literally stuck there. Yeah, I didn't know. So from now on, I remember thinking, okay, if I ever do anything like that again, I'm going to make damn sure that I go back the way I came. Like, if I go down that flight of steps and go around the corner and this and that, then I'm going back the same way. So I know if I go up the steps, the car's right there, but I'm not going back. So, and sadly enough, that's one of the malls that's been hit a couple times in the news. We've seen where there's been people that have literally went in there and just started shooting up the place for no reason. And just imagine me shopping there, and that shit going on. It's like, hell no, I don't want to be around in a mall where somebody's fucking shooting a damn gun off and not knowing where they are. Hell no. I ain't going to be in the path of a stray bullet. Fuck that. Motherfucker takes me out, he's gonna be dead son of a bitch because I'll jump into his body and make him run out in front of a moving car and kill his ass. Take my life away like that? I don't think so. And it's happened more than once. And there's, I think since then, there's been some other just random areas, that we see on the news, places that people shop every day. And then some jackass comes in there with a gun and starts shooting up the place. It's a living flipping nightmare anymore. And it's just too dangerous to even go out anymore because you don't know where those psycho creeps are going to be. And I don't want to be nowhere near them. And Eastland, they closed completely down. Eastland Mall, because the building was so old and deteriorating, falling apart. A lot of the stores closed down because they couldn't afford to stay open anymore. They weren't getting enough business, or people were going in there and stealing from them. So they were losing money, And it's a shame because Eastland Mall had, and this is, you almost never, in all the malls that I've been in, I have never found one that has had literally a straight up occult store. As soon as you walked in the door and walked down, a little ways, and first store on the left was an occult store. And I was like, no way. And me and Maria loved that place. The ladies there, they were real nice. And we really enjoyed, going down there once in a while and stocking up on some stuff, And they were just, and it's like, I don't even know what happened to them. I don't know where they moved to. They had to have moved somewhere, or maybe hopefully found like a little building somewhere, that was cheaper. That I hope they didn't have to close their business down altogether, because it's hard for witches to have a shop unless you're lucky enough to be Witch Lab. And then Witch Lab, they do all kinds of business down there. And, they're so scattered though, any occult shops. Like the closest one aside from Witch Lab is clear the hell up on North High Street. North High Street. You have Phoenix Books, which really isn't considered a cult. It's a bookstore, but they do have a lot of occult books, and they'll have, occult decks. But you have the Magical Druid, which you went into with me once. And then you have Pearls of Wisdom, which is way up north, as you know, because we went to that one once. Those are the only ones I know of. And that's a total of 3. Witch Lab, Magical Druid, Pearls of Wisdom. And Pearls of Wisdom, don't call them an occult store. They prefer to be called an alternative store, because the lady Diana that owned it, she's got these other ladies taking it. Well, you were there with me, but they took it over. They're running it now, but they don't like to be called an occult store, even though they have all kinds of occult items. It's like, okay. Like, I think they consider themselves like alternative Christian or something or another. I don't know. It's like, what's the big deal? Why don't you just call yourself an occult store? Because you are. But, I hope Diana and her ladies doing good, though. Haven't seen them in years, and I doubt that they would ever move back here. I think they're in some other state or something now. But, Diana knew me well enough that, anytime I went into Pearls of Wisdom, she'd be like, hey, Janet, what's up? And she would, I won't say that she would do anything for me, but it was nice to be familiar, And now these ladies that are running it for her and her wife or partner, they seem to be doing okay. They seem to enjoy it. And You know, of course, favorite place for me in there is the crystal room, because it's like all you got to do is walk in there and, you know, just absorb the energy from all the crystals and walk out of there stoned, you know, on just the energy. But I hope they're still doing good, and I'd like to see more occult shops. There's one somewhere called Sage Sisters. Never been there. Never been there. So I might be able to find it. I could probably GPS it, and it could probably take me right to it, but it's probably fucking complicated to get to. Hidden away somewhere, you know. And Yafa, I still haven't gotten a hold of her to see where, if they relocated, you know, if they moved their shop somewhere. I just me and Maria know that they moved out of the one that you went to when you were here last with me. The one over there on Mound Street. Me and Maria went one day and they were just gone. She got out of the car, she looked through the window and said the store was empty. I was like, what? She's like, I'm serious. Come and look for yourself. There's nothing in here. I'm like, oh no. So I went and looked in. Sure enough, store was as empty as ever. And I'm like, no, damn it. They had such a good location there. And they had such nice space, you know, to do rituals and stuff. And I'm like, damn. But I guess they weren't doing good. They weren't making enough money to stay there, stay open. You know, maybe the landlord or landlady or person that owned the building just got greedy, was expecting too much, and they couldn't pay it. You know, they've got like 3-4 kids or whatever. So, you know, those kids take a lot of money. We know, we're moms, you know, and it's just a shame because we really loved going to that store. So the witch stores around are hard to get to. They're usually, you know, far away. Yeah. That was our reaction. No. And I've got her number, so I could probably call her and say, hey, Yafa, you know, how you doing? Sorry, it's been so long, but me and Maria came up to your old shop there on Mound Street one day, and you guys were gone, and we didn't know where you moved to, or if you relocated, or, you know, found another location, because that one I'd like to get that shop myself, you know, but I don't even want to know. I mean, if they can't do good there, then who's to say any other witches would? And if the rent really is that expensive, then it's really not, it's not worth even trying to get it, you know? Because I mean, I don't know much about the area up there where it was. I don't know if it was a, you know, decently fair neighborhood, or if it was full of thugs and druggies and, you know, a bunch of negative types. No idea. But so yeah, it's, you know, it's really hard to find an occult shop anywhere close to us. And Enchanted Elements, well, after the riots a couple years back, I guess they never reopened their doors. The witch that owned that place, she just got too old and just didn't want to bother with it anymore. And because of how much they lost, you know, when the store got broken into and robbed, I can't really say I blame them, you know, for not wanting to ever reopen again, because it was just wasn't a good location. It wasn't a good area to be in. And it was like really close to the museum there and stuff. And I was like really, really happy that we had one even that close. But didn't get down there very often because usually didn't have any money to go. And it's just one day suddenly gone. So I guess that's why, you know, a lot of times I just order stuff online, because You know, it saves you having to drive somewhere. It saves you having to deal with traffic and having to deal with the idiot drivers out there that, you know, you can't just drive your car to get where you're going. You have to drive everybody else's car too. And you got to watch for the freaking idiots and try to avoid them and not get into an accident, you know, when all you're trying to do is go do your witch shopping for the day. And my ultimate shop location, I still would have liked to have gotten that building down on Yearling, but I guess it's probably better that I didn't because I don't think that area was very good either. And how long would I be able to stay in business before people came in there and started stealing shit? Or if, you know, someone broke in there and stole a bunch of shit, then I'd be out that money and I wouldn't be able to stay open either. You know? It's a darn shame. But anyway. Well, sweetie, we've been on here a little over 2 hours. I guess I'm going to go ahead and end this one, and we'll just see you tomorrow. That way I'm not taking up too much of your time in case you're busy or, you know, maybe got plans for the day or something. Love you. Blessed be. Love the boys. Happy Christmas. Pre-Christmas. And we will see you tomorrow. Stay wild, Moonchild.